Welcome, everyone. My name is Ryan Turnbull. I'm with Commercial Insurance Associates Employee Benefits, otherwise known as CIA. And I am one of the hosts and speakers with CIA's 2026 HR Leadership Seminar Series. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with CIA and the series, CIA is one of the largest privately held independent brokerage firms in the United States. And our 2026 HR Leadership Seminar Series has been fantastic. We hope you've been enjoying it. And we try to hit all the major hot topics for those issues affecting HR professionals throughout the year. So I'm excited today to welcome back Paul Butler with Newleaf Training and Development. And he'll be hosting our seminar on November 12th, speaking about financial intelligence for HR professionals. So, Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about the seminar?
Well, thanks ever so much, Ryan. Looking forward very much to being of service to CIA and the participants. With regard to this content specifically, if I could encourage HR professionals to be properly selfish about this subject. So let's talk about what's in it for you. My observation's been that you can go to the highest high of human resources when you have a sharp business acumen. You can move across industries. You can even move across the globe when you have a sharp business acumen. Because one of the wonderful things about finance, and I did say wonderful and finance in the same sentence, is it's really a universal language. All that changes is the accents and the spelling. And if I could be so bold, I've really noticed there are two types of HR professionals. There's those that have a sharp business acumen, and those that need it, because I think many HR professionals lose sight of the fact that we're utilizing human resources not for the good of the world. We're utilizing human resources to produce organizational results. And we often hear the phrase business partner, HR business partner. I've just found that sadly there are very few HR professionals that really are true business partners. So I'm hoping in our own way we can kind of move that level of knowledge forward. It's very powerful if you're an internal or even if you're an external. If you're an external, you can serve your clients even better when you have a sharp business acumen. Just to kind of whet the appetite in terms of what we'll be looking at specifically, we'll be looking at some of the commonly heard and yet commonly misunderstood financial jargon that we often hear within the world of human resources, things like accruals. I found that most HR professionals don't truly understand what accruals are. As you get greater responsibility as a HR professional, you might be given, say, an income statement to take responsibility of. And we're going to be looking at the major components of the income statement and how HR impacts various parts of that statement, and also looking at the balance sheet. How does HR impact, for example, assets and liabilities and equity? And we're also going to be looking at the statement of cash flows and how the HR function impacts primarily the operating cash flows. And then finally, we're going to be looking at a simple model called the seven components of business financial intelligence. So customers, cash flow, profit, productivity and growth, the team's dynamic, and then community, which could be the investing community or the impact on the community, things like environmental footprint. And we're going to be connecting all of the major roles within every workplace back to the HR function into financial acumen. And I think my last quick comment when it comes to this particular subject is that all organizations, regardless of what type of entity you work for, private or public, educational, non-profit entity, or obviously a for-profit entity or a publicly traded entity, all organizations have to make sure that their income is bigger than their expenses and their assets are bigger than liabilities. And HR business partners play an absolutely vital role in that. So I'm looking forward very much to being of service to the particular cohort. And again, thanks for asking us to contribute to this, Ryan.
Yeah, awesome, Paul. Thank you so much. It's something that I'm very much looking forward to. I can't see any reason why anyone would not want to brush up on those financial skill sets. So excellent. We look forward very much to having you back on November 12th. and I know everybody else does too. I wanted to remind everybody that if you do attend any of our sessions, it does qualify for HRCI credits. So that's very important to note. I know that's important to a lot of our attendees. And again, thanks, Paul. We look forward to having you on November 12th. For anyone listening, if you do have any other topics of interest you would like to see us focus on, please drop us a line. And otherwise, just keep an eye out for your email invitation and you can register via the link in the email. Thanks again, Paul.
Thanks, Ryan. See you soon.
You bet.